Sometimes a game comes out that is just distinctly your kind of game. Well, my kind of game has to be Scott Pilgrim vs. the world. When I was little, I was always fascinated by walking down the street with a buddy and beating up thugs. Not in real life, mind you, it's not like I have extra lives in real life. But in games like Streets of Rage, Double Dragon, Final Fight and River City Ransom, which in my part of the world is called street gangs. In fact, Scott Pilgrim plays a lot like street gangs. Like street gangs, you can pick up enemies once they're down and throw them at other enemies, and like street gangs, you can also pick up money from fallen foes that you could use to shop for health to level up your character. Based off a comic book by Canadian author Brian Lee O'Malley, Scott Pilgrim is your average lazy 20-something who plays in a band and likes video games. Scott falls in love with this new girl in town, Ramona Flowers, but in order for him to win her heart he has to defeat her 7 evil ex-boyfriends, like in combat and stuff. While the comic brushes up against video game references as Scott struggles to defeat Ramona's exes and deal with his own luggage, the video game here is actually much more deliberate. There are constant references found to other games throughout this game, and while it seems that many other reviewers around the net feels like it's needlessly pandering the retro fans, I personally think that it's spot on. But then again, I would be lying if I didn't acknowledge that I'm totally the target demographic for this kind of game. Most of the character graphics in this game are done by this sprite artist called Paul Robertson, who is mostly known for his excellent film Pirate Baby's Cabana Street Fight that you can find on YouTube. The music is done by a chiptune band, Amanaguchi, and just having these people work together on making something is in itself pretty awesome to me, but making an actual game within my favorite genre has been a total nerdgasm. You can play up to 4 players simultaneously, but one major downer is that the game has no online co-op. A brawler is usually best enjoyed together in the same couch, but as an adult with responsibilities who the game seems targeted for, it can be quite hard to actually find time to gather 4 people at once. Just for the recorded footage, I wasn't able to find anyone who had the time to help me, but I have tried playing it with more people, and like other brawlers, the number of enemies increase based on the number of people playing. Just like Castle Crashes, you don't necessarily lose a life every time you die either in multiplayer. If you do go down, a 10-second timer pops up over your head and your allies can try to resurrect you by mashing circle while standing over your body. Apart from the multiplayer thing, there isn't really anything bad I can say about the game, because as I said in the beginning of the review, this is distinctly my kind of game. Here's a little bonus code for the game though. If you go to the title screen and press down, up, right, down, up, right, down, up, right, 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 you should hear this sound. Which means you have unlocked the survival horror mode, where you have to defeat an increasing number of zombies and survive for as long as possible. The game is available on PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, and there's a demo on it on both platforms, so go check it out.